Hi, Forrest Fenn and the thrill of the chase. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about this man. My name is Bennett Davetian, and I am a sociologist specializing in social psychology, human behavior, and I have been intrigued by this chase in the book of Mr. Fenn, and I'd like to offer a few thoughts with this entire treasure hunt. First of all, you have to remember, if you haven't read the story, that this whole thing started when Mr. Fenn, a highly successful art dealer, very respected in his community, known to the celebrity crowd, known to the best artists of the world, selling their art, promoting it, most successful art gallery in Santa Fe, New Mexico, sold the works of George O'Keeffe, native art, native artifacts. The man has an almost mythological life. So we start with the question, has he really hidden a treasure or not? I'm going to say that yes, he has. The man has too much integrity to, at this stage in his life, in his early 80s, after having beaten a terminal almost case of cancer, to tell people he's hidden a treasure and they're welcome to it if they can find it and have nothing there. So, first of all, I believe that the treasure is there. I spent about 4 or 5 weeks thinking about this man, and I'm quite impressed. I think he's quite brilliant, and I don't think he's going to do the things that a lot of people think he's done, such as the locations they're looking for. But I'm not here to tell you where the treasure is. I will tell you at the end that I know where it is, but that's not what I'm here for. What I'm here to say is, let us use some logic. I noticed a blog with a video on it of a man who was climbing down a gorge from the Rio Grande, and that gorge has seen something like 5, 6 deaths in the last 10 years. People doing the same thing. Mr. Fenn stated right up front that the reason he hid this treasure was in order to get American families away from their video games, away from their texting, away from Netflix, away from all the digital media, and out into nature. And he's accomplished that purpose. He's received somewhere around 12,000 emails, and many of these emails are from people who were brought close together and appreciated that fact much more than the fact that they didn't find the treasure or whether the treasure existed or didn't exist. So he has accomplished his purpose. He has published a book called The Thrill of the Chase, and in it there is a poem in which he has a few clues. What is disappointing is that the way these clues are being interpreted does not give enough credit to this man. This man has spent 40 years in the art world accomplishing great things, promoting artists, promoting art, and everybody, based on one line that says put in below the home of Brown, is investigating rivers that have trout. One man was actually digging under a post of National Park and he got arrested. Fenn never said if he buried or hid the treasure. It's highly unlikely that he buried it. It's also highly unlikely, knowing Fenn's background with his not love of bureaucracy, to have just gone and left his treasure on federal land, knowing that the law says you can't touch anything in federal land. You can't even lift it. You cannot take it away. It is owned by the people of America, or the government of America. I'm not here to debate whether that's fair or not, but what I am saying is that you have to look at the man's total life biography, not necessarily what's in the book. He's a man of integrity, number one. A lot of his friends have said that he keeps his word. So he's not there to fool around with you. Two, he wants families to get out and look and enjoy nature. there is no possibility that that treasure was put anywhere dangerous. He doesn't want your kids eaten up by grizzly bears. He doesn't want you going up Whitewater Rapids dragging an 8-year-old who's going to drown. Nor does he want you going down gorges where you're going to fall to your death. So you can count on the fact that this treasure is cleverly hidden. It could be in plain sight for all you know. Let us move on to another point. Yes, as a child, he loved to fish. They went to Yellowstone Park all the time. But he's had a life after that, after being a pilot, after being shot down, after being saved. After all of this, he's had a life, 40 years in Santa Fe as a successful art dealer. So he has a commitment, one, to art. He has a commitment to the native culture of New Mexico. If you haven't read on him, you really should. He's one of the most accomplished archaeologists, although he has no degree in archaeology. Archaeologists have said that his cataloging of artifacts that he has taken out of this pueblo that he bought matched the most assiduous forensic work that any archaeologist could do. So he has a commitment to the land, he has a commitment to New Mexico, and states up north, if you wish. But what he requires is for you to show him enough respect, and I think he deserves that respect, to show him enough respect to understand what could a man in his early 80s who came back from the door of death think. How does he want to be remembered? He has buried bronze bells with his biography in the bells, so he's sure that at some point somebody will find one of those bells. Let's hope that they think of looking inside or breaking it and getting the biography out. So that's sort of like a backup plan. He has said he doesn't care if the treasure is found or not. I'm not sure that's really his feeling. He might be quite happy to have the treasure found. But the man, as all men, as all women, has basic needs. I have those needs, the same needs. We need to feel important, that we have an effect in the world. And this I take from many thinkers like Anthony Robbins, Jim Rohn, Dale Carnegie. They've all said these things in different words. We need to feel important. We need to have variety in our lives. And he's getting this variety with all the action that's going on. We need stability, security. He has that. He's a rich man. But we need love. And it is when you get old that you realize that you really need more connection with people. And he's getting this through this amazing treasure hunt that's captured the imagination of the world. And we need growth. We need to feel that we're growing. And we need commitment. We need to contribute to the world, to give something back. So he's doing all of this. He's meeting these needs in a very clever way. And at the same time, he would like to receive credit, I believe, for all the work he's done. It's a funny business when you deal in art. An object comes into your hands and you value it, and there you have your importance, your significance, if you want. You have your growth, your variety. But then it leaves your hands. It goes to somebody else. And it is they who are then given the attention. So when you sell all your things and people think back at you, they say, who was Forrest Fenn? Well, I think you will be remembered as one of the most clever people that ever walked on this earth. A man of his word, and a man who knew what pitfalls there may be in hunting for treasure, and ensured that you do not fall in that pit. So do not do dangerous things. Remember, the man wants you to see nature and stay alive. And do not jump to the first conclusion when reading those clues. Some of those words are plays on words. Some of them come from Old English. Some of them are sayings. Some describe emotions. Some describe places. But most important of all, remember, He will be remembered when the treasure is found, or if the treasure is not found. And I think he will be remembered as somebody who was extremely creative, and I compliment him. My words are said in kindness. No danger, no funny places. And is it on federal land or privately owned land? That's for you to decide. But read the man's heart first before reading the book or while reading the book, and certainly as you look at the clues. A human being wrote those clues. That human being's name is Forrest Fenn. He is not an embellisher as much as he thinks in a clever way. I leave you with two words that he said, well, two phrases, during a media interview. He said that when he hid the treasure and walked back to his car, note, walked back to his car. He didn't take a helicopter. He wasn't flying, as a couple of bloggers have said. Can you imagine? Man flies a treasure into a canyon, leaves it there, and asks kids and parents to go looking for it? I don't think so. As he was walking back to his car, he said, I felt so proud of myself, I laughed out loud. Ask yourselves, what would make him feel proud, number one, and why would he laugh out loud? Mr. Fenn is a very smart man, and you need to be as smart as him, and then the rainbow gets near, the end of the rainbow, and you understand that you've embarked on one of the greatest learning experiences you've had in a long time. The amount of knowledge people have gained, Googling stuff and reading up on these areas is amazing. So he has contributed to the education of many people in the world, not just in America and Canada, but all over. Mr. Fenn, take my hat off to you. If I had one of those archaeologist hats right now, I'd take it off. I have enjoyed thinking about what you're doing, and I wish you all the best of health and continued success. I'm Bennett Davetian. The channel is Sociological, and I thank you for watching and listening. Until next time.